one of my friends, he posted on Instagram. This dude's he does like all of the uh, press for large influencers, especially in the Latin community. And I went on his Instagram one day, and he said billionaires lose risk millions to become billionaires. Millionaires risk hundreds of thousands of dollars to become millionaires. Broke people want to risk nothing to get rich. So what I'm sharing with you is you got to take that risk. You got to take that next level so that way you can see. And honestly, recognize that life is rigged in your favor. Even with the challenges, I think if any of you, especially the listeners, if you think back to the last 2 decades of your life, and you think back of all the times that you felt like life was devastating, this was the worst possible thing. Ask yourself, how did that turn into a blessing? If you just ask yourself, like, yeah, remember that scenario where I lost all this and I did all that and it didn't work out? Man, that was the worst decision of my life. But ask yourself, because of it, where and how did it turn into a blessing? You will find it. You will seriously find it. You will find out where that turned into a blessing. I remember, truthfully, one of the situations for me was when I was growing the cell phone business, and I ended up doing a deal with T-Mobile and partnered up with T-Mobile. But with T-Mobile, there's like so much. You can only have stores within so close distance between each other's. Otherwise, it becomes a conflict between locations because you're taking the same customers. So when I did a deal with T-Mobile, there was nothing specifically saying that you can't have another carrier, but it was just not maybe the best practice later that I found out. So I wanted to open up a store in a certain location. And when I opened up the store in that location, instead of it being T-Mobile, it ended up being another carrier that is under T-Mobile. We called it a MVNO. So you might see, for example, you might go to a location where you see T-Mobile, but then you also see like Simple Mobile. And it's like one of those off brands. So what I did was I took the same infrastructure that I had with the large carriers and I put it with the smaller brands. And then we did a bunch of stuff where it got really interesting with our way that we market. We got very interesting with our marketing, where we marketed, where we finance phones pretty much to anyone. If you had a social security number, you could finance a phone with us. And that helped us make so much. We financed thousands of phones with a large bank. And when I opened up one of the locations, T-Mobile actually said, we want to stop doing business with you and stop growing locations with you. And I was devastated. That T-Mobile would say such a thing. Then what I realized is that gave me the opportunity to get out of my agreement and do my life's calling. So at a moment where I felt like I was devastated, that's when I said, okay, like, before I go into context, a couple of weeks before that scenario happened, I wrote down, I call it a letter to God, but I wrote down like what I wanted my life to look like. And I talked about being able to make money on the beach. This is why I love the name of your podcast, Wealth on the Beach. I wanted to be able to make money on the beach. I wanted to be able to travel, make money while speaking, and then really make and one of the things I didn't want to do is I didn't want to be stuck with inventory, which a cell phone business is, you're stuck with inventory. So I already got clear that I didn't want to do this business. And that's why it's so important, like, to get super clear, because when the opportunities present itself, it presents itself. So when T-Mobile came to me and said, hey, this is the deal. If you open up another store outside of our brand, we're not going to do business with you moving forward. And I said, pull the agreement. Because I found the opportunity for me to leave and do my life's calling, which was the speaking. And that's where I got in touch with Les Brown, and that's where I started speaking. So I found a way out of a deal. So many times you'll find your way into a deal because you're super clear on your thought process. You're super clear on what you want. Understand what you want. The opportunity will present itself, and then fear is going to be the direction for you to take. Whatever you fear, that's going to be the direction for you to take. So take that risk so that way you can experience that reward.
So when you look at your future, what do you see like the end result look like? I mean, what are some of your goals that you have for your lifetime, for your family, for, just your businesses? Where do you see yourself 10 years from now, man?
So marketing is having a successful marketing infrastructure allows you to build whatever else takes. You can have the worst salespeople, but if your marketing is on point, when people call in, they're ready to buy. So sales is not the most important element as far as building systems around. Marketing is, because you can have terrible salespeople, but the marketing does a lot of the legwork. Essentially, the salespeople are amazing because of the results that they're pulling from the marketing. You don't have to focus on customer service or legal or law if you don't have any customers, because your marketing is bad. So marketing is the most important element before any other area of business. So what I want to do here is I want to support so many small business owners that, now there's two things here. There's a selfish reason for everything that you do, right? There's always a gain, but there's also an output that you're gonna do as well. So what I want to do is I want to help so many small business owners take care of the first element of business, which is marketing, help them grow their income, so that way they can build the remaining infrastructure behind marketing. And then because of that, in the future, me and my wife are building a real estate portfolio where we're gonna help the people that we helped make so much money. Now can you invest into us and work with us? This is the first time I'm actually publicly sharing my intention. So I help people make so much money. I take you from the level of income that you're at right now, put systems, put processes in your business, help you grow, help you take care of your family. And then right now I'm 27. So that means by 37, I have such a large amount of clients that we've supported in our marketing companies and our marketing software company that now all I ask for a favor back is a portion that we helped you make, invest into us, and let me give you a return on your money, but also help us grow our real estate portfolio so that way we all get rich.
Love it. Love it. Well, you definitely, for a 27-year-old, you definitely have some huge ambitions and huge goals and huge dreams, and it's awesome to see it. And I wish that more people had that type of ambition. Not everybody's going to have it, but I hope that the people that are listening, if you have kind of that thinking of dreaming big and this thought of wanting to do something crazy and great and travel and see the world and financial independence and all these things, I want you to know that it's okay. You know, just because people might be laughing, just because people might be doubting, just because people might be putting you down, doesn't make them right. So just for a second, remember that this is your life. And you can do whatever you want to do. You could dream as big as you want to dream. You could fight for those dreams as long as you want to fight for those dreams. And it's okay. You're not the only weird person out there. Andy's weird. I'm weird. I know a lot of weird people, man. I mean, and usually the dreamers are the weirdest, but they're also the richest in the end, right? I mean, we're dreamers, man. We believe that something great is supposed to happen to us. And I know that we have some listeners and people watching us on YouTube right now that are like literally glued right now saying, I want to do something big too. I want to stop playing small. I want to get out of the fucking cubicle. I want to get out into the world and try something new. I want to go for greatness. Why not me? This is the question I want to leave everybody with is why not you? Why not us, man? Why can't we have great things? Why can't we be super rich? Why can't we drive nice cars? Why can't we live in $1 million homes? Why can't we have those great things? And this right here, Andy, is your message, and our message today hopefully will, infiltrate, itself inside of somebody's core today and in their mind to say, you know what, man, it's time. No more messing around, no more procrastinating, no more putting it off. Why not us? And so, hey, man, if you could just leave us with a final thought, Andy, about life, about, your business, about whatever you want to talk about, tell us something to close us out here today, man.
Yeah, I think the big thing is to progress on a daily basis. My software company is called Progretta. And Progretta is it's a play on progress daily. So PROGRE on the progress. I took that, and then the DA from the daily, Progretta is our software's name. My conference name is Progression. And the reason why is just to recognize that if you really want to make a change, it's not about making a 180 today. It's about progressing on a daily basis and experiencing the growth over time, compounding the education that you need to learn in order to maintain what you have acquired, the blessing that you've acquired. So by focusing on a daily basis, get around the right people, serve, give value. So if you're connected to Daniel, give him value. Say, hey, Daniel, how could I support you? Understand his challenge, what he has going on, and say, hey, let me add value to this organization. Let me add value. Let me put you on a stage. Let me do this for you, Daniel. Getting in front of people and saying, hey, let me give you value, because all of it will be reciprocated. So you're going to get yours back, but also recognizing that if you help other people, they'll help you. So number one, you take care of yourself by you progressing on a daily basis. Number two, now that you're progressing on a daily basis, and that's a continuous effort, whether you're progressing on your health, your finances, your relationships, and so forth. Now that you're progressing on a daily basis, number two, give values to others. You will become one of the wealthiest people on the planet. Just continue that process. Number one, progress on a daily basis. Number two, give tremendous value to other people.
Thank you for watching our short clips on Alonzo Academy. If you'd like to watch the next short clip, click here. If you'd like to watch the entire podcast, click here.